Hey, party people. I'm out here at the ocean, and it's a beautiful sunny morning, as a matter of fact, still in Southern California. Look at that. So I'm in my workout stuff. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I took one rowing class already. Yes, rowing on the machine with music, although the first teacher sucked. It was the worst music, and he could not keep a beat. Poor thing. To save his life. He's a nice guy, but just awful. So I'm going back for a second one in a little bit. So I'm out here killing some time in between, because the next guy is like awesome, great music, and very inspiring. You know, when you got a beat and teacher with a lot of energy and stuff. So I'm on my New Year's thing, getting myself back in fighting shape. And I just wanted to share a little bit of the Southern California love with you. And to say this, I don't know about you guys, but 2023 kicked my ass. That was a rough year. I mean, there were definitely some highlights. We did a wonderful month in Europe during the summer. And what else? I don't know. Oh, went to Martha's Vineyard during the summer. That was great. Had a wonderful experience at a conference in Barcelona and met a lot of great lawyers, and you know, was able to stimulate some business and just have new cool contacts from all over the world. So that was cool. But otherwise, it was rough. Like, just challenges. I have a newly minted 14-year-old, and so the whole adolescent thing was majorly kicking in, and you know, that was a lot. But I navigated it. I'm here. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I'm grateful. Very grateful. Look how pretty that is. But what I wanted to kind of touch on today is how we have to make some sacrifices sometimes, you know? And what I'm thinking about is doing what feels good in the moment and maybe over a period of time versus what may be better in the long run. It may not be like forever long run, but for a period of time long run. So I'm contemplating, you know, kind of deciding between a number of things. What do I do? You know, like for example, I'm out here loving this weather, and I know back east, for example, they're freezing. I read something today from somebody in New York, like it's freezing cold here. I think somebody in DC was like, it's freezing rain, and you know. Meanwhile, I'm like, you know, tank top, whatever, in Southern California. I mean, that's like a minor example. But sometimes those are big examples, like people choose where they want to live and stuff based upon things like weather. Well, you know, I have bigger considerations than just the weather. But the point is, yeah, sometimes we have to kind of figure out, well, what do I want in the long run, and what's the best way for me to get there, right? How do I maximize my chances of achieving what it is that I desire, what I desire in the long run. And sometimes that's what they say, right? Short-term sacrifice for long-term gain. And I kind of feel like that's where I am in my life right now. So I may have to make some short-term sacrifices to get some long-term gains. And yeah, what that means professionally, personally, in terms of like getting up, going to work out when I do not feel like it, which has been a lot lately because like I said, this last year was like, plenty of struggle. And you know, I mean, I did my share of exercise, but there are plenty of days when I was like, I just would rather curl up on the sofa, see what's on TV, you know what I mean? Like kind of lose myself in that rather than like push through when it doesn't feel good. So I don't know what you guys may be dealing with in that way. If you're just smooth sailing right now, and if you are, good for you. Enjoy it, right? Enjoy it when it's smooth and creamy and feels good and tastes good and all that stuff. But if you are dealing with some bumps, whether they've been recent past or current, just know that it does not last forever. And, you know, yeah, sometimes we have to just do the sacrifice. Whether it's for yourself, maybe a family member, maybe your job requires it, maybe there's some aspect of your life that requires something of you that you don't really want to do, you don't want to have to give up. Maybe it's a financial sacrifice. You know, you got to not spend money on some things that you were enjoying for a while in order to put yourself in a better position financially so you don't feel the pressure that you may have been feeling. But it's not forever. And you guys have heard me, I don't want to go into this really, but you've heard me talk about some investments, i.e. Novatech, where that was, you know, that definitely hurt because I was expecting to be able to do some things with those funds that just evaporated. And I went from having several streams of income to one, which completely that my little house of cards fell all the way down. Well, not all the way, but I mean, it definitely affected me. So I had to make some changes in what I was doing and what I was spending, and like different things I was comfortably and easily spending my money on. I was like, nope, that's gotta go, that's gotta go. And again, short term, because here's the thing I would say about this. I think the mentality that you have, always mentality is important, right? But I had to decide that, okay, a couple things. One, I'm not going to keep repeating, oh, it's so tough, and it's expensive, and cost of living, and, woe is me, and this is difficult, and that's difficult, because there was a time, for sure, last year, especially toward the last, I'd say half to quarter of last year, when I was just lamenting all the things that were challenging for me, including my health, my mental health. I was stressed and all that stuff. And I know better than that. You guys know better than that. Like, you cannot keep repeating the same stuff and expecting for things to be improved, to feel better on a daily basis. So that's one. And two, I'm like, what was two? Shit. Two was initially one. I added another one in there. But I think it's the same kind of thing about, damn it, what was two? Anyway, I think it was the same sort of thing about making some decisions in the short term that would impact me positively in the long term. And, so I decided to do that. Oh, I know what it was. Yeah. So, for example, okay, so let's say I'm paying off credit cards or deciding what I'm going to, like, let's say it's a subscription or something on a regular basis, right? Like, I'm not going to cut off everything, or, yeah, I mean, it's kind of I don't want to get into all the details, but I'll just say this. I know that despite the way things may look at times, I'm coming back strong. Like, I have no doubt about that. I'm coming back strong. And it's so funny because as soon as I kind of shifted that, made that click in my mind about I'm good and, I'm a money magnet and all those types of things, boom. Then someone calls up and says, hey, can you write this thing for me for, I need a such and such a thing for a film, or I need a such and such and such for someone who needs something to do with their property. You know what I mean? Like little... It wasn't huge, but bits and pieces of extra business began to come in. And that was what my point was. That was two. Is that when you make that mental shift, you will find that, once again, the universe starts to turn and go, all right, now you're kind of back in alignment. You're back in the flow. You're not in the complain train. You're not in the struggle bus. You're like believing that everything is, in fact, designed to work out for you. And it is. It really is. And as we know, it does not feel like that all the time. Sometimes it's just straight like, damn, this shit sucks, right? But I think those are the tests. Those are when we have to walk by faith, right? It would not be walking by faith that everything looks perfect all the time. I mean, this looks lovely, right? Look how pretty that is back there. But even when things look great, they're not necessarily great on the inside all the time. So don't be fooled by exterior, whether it's your life or someone else's life. And that means whether something looks great and you're saying, God, how come they have it so easy? And I wish I could have this, and I wish I had that, whether it's a relationship or a car, or they got the new house, and you're still in the old place with the leaky faucet, and whether it's that kind of stuff, or whether it looks terrible, whether you're down on your own luck and you're feeling like, shit, this is not ending. I can't see this ending anytime soon. Right, exactly. That's the faith part. That's like, pick your head up and walk by faith and believe. Just know that, okay, something better is coming. I am, attracting goodness into my life. I am determined to have a good life. I am determined to, get myself financially upright again. I'm determined to, fix a broken relationship or get back on top of my health or whatever it is that you need to work on. Begin to just exercise those muscles again rather than leaning back on that complaint train going, damn, this sucks. Because that's not going to get you there. Okay, so those are my little messages, and I guess I'd call them tips as we enter the new year, because it's always, holidays can be tough for people, but if you were feeling like, okay, this is going to be good in 2024, it feels like it has a nice ring to it. It's an 8 year for those of you who are into numerology, which means abundance and all kinds of good things. It's just a pretty looking year. 2024 is a nice even number. So if you're feeling that way about it, great, but don't let that momentum fade. Continue to tell yourself, and more than just tell, but like demonstrate through your actions that you are committed to this being a good year for you. Okay? So I'm out here, I'm going to take a little bit more walk down that way and then back to my rowing class and get it in on this, fine Tuesday morning. And then I'm going to go do some work and help my clients and all that kind of stuff. So sending you peace and love, as always, and we will talk again soon, guys. Love you. Have a great day. Bye.